banana.
I'm a snake.
I'm a race car.
I'm fucked up. Where'd all you other fellers come from?
Saying is what used to be like a $200, $300 order of propane or natural gas. Farmers that might need it as a part of their operations and all that, they can't even afford it anymore. They're just not even ordering it. Now, what's this going to mean for their farms, for their production? I have no idea. I know it's going to make their costs soar. I know it's making the shipping costs soar. The fact that not only gas is higher, but now they're having to ship propane, natural gas, everything from further away. And oh yeah, we don't have that pipeline now. Who owns so if the gas isn't moving by pipeline, who's moving it? Well, I don't know, maybe the trains. Yeah, the trains have to move. Now, who owns the trains? Oh yeah, Warren Buffett.
Rubber baby buggy bump. Yeah. Welcome to Sasquatch Says, where Sasquatch speaks and nobody cares. So, we're here today with an abstract look, an artist that I was turned on to by Hammers Peters. No, Emerson
Peters. Yep.
Emerson Peters. Right. Always get that back. Always try to call him Hammers Peterson. But, anyway, so he had an entire spread of your work laid out in the most recent video. The Wendigo. I think it's Wendigo 3, Wendigo 4.
It's the second Wendigo in the series, but it's like his third video on the channel.
Right. Okay. So this is the part where I pretty much turn you loose with it. You mention any channels you want to mention. You shield any links you want to shield. You tell us what you have done, what you are going to do, when those dates are. Oh, you know how that goes, right?
Yep.
All right. Okay. Well, here you go.
Sweet. Thank you. Well, first off, I'd like to start by thanking Caucasian Sasquatch for letting me be on the show. It's an honor. So a little bit about what my channel does is I paint abstract paintings based on the tastes and textures I experience in foods. So, for example, I'll say like the sauce on this Big Mac makes me feel like it provides a blue hue because of how it tastes. And then I'll say, the texture of it or the tanginess of it makes me want to paint blue squiggles as opposed to square blue lines. So I go through an entire piece of food based on each individual part of it, and then I paint it. And yeah, I don't know if I'm considered a professional artist yet. I do sell artwork every now and then. I've had gallery showings and things like that. But I posted the link to my website in the chat if you want to take a look at the normal stuff I do, because the abstract stuff is actually a bit different usually than what I do. I'd say the fall painting video that I did that Sasquatch showed in a recent live video, that's probably the closest to my normal stuff that you've seen on my YouTube channel.
In this one too.
Okay, cool. And yeah, I mean, I plan on continuing to make some more food reviews. I had a bit of a rut recently where I caught some sickness. Apparently it wasn't COVID, but it was bad enough that I was like sort of not feeling good enough to eat and paint at the same time. So I ended up doing that fall painting as one thing, and I did the watercolor painting in my next video. But the next video I should be doing will be a food item. More than likely it's going to be the McRib from McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
So it should be interesting.
That's going to be a good one. I promise you that's going to go well.
Yeah. And the other channel that I really want to shout out here, aside from my own, is Hammerson Peters, because he's the reason I'm on this show. And he's a good friend of mine. So check out his stuff if you haven't. It's literally just Hammer.
I'm going to tell you, that man has the most amazing narrative voice. I can sit and listen to him through 4 or 5 videos and never consciously register that the video ended.
Oh yeah, no, he's amazing.
Absolutely.
Let me actually copy his link into this chat here too.
Oh yeah. See, I'm terrible at that kind of stuff. I'm no good at it. Let me get this lined up. Right. Really give it a fist.
But yeah,
I'm pretty sure that is not the right chat. Somehow I have What is this? No, that's not it. I don't know how that happened. No, that's not what I want. Not doing that. Oh, that's fair.
I'll throw this on there. Oh, yeah, Hammerson Peters he does a lot of Canadian folklore, cryptids. He also has a very big part of his channel on the Oak Island mysteries, where he goes and he finds independent sources about whatever he's talking about. So he tries to make everything as historically accurate as possible. And like Sasquatch said, he's got a great narrative voice, and he's got really good production value in most of his videos.
Yeah, no, I mean his production value is astounding. I don't know if that's going to end up being all the chat or just the top chat. For some reason, I've lost one of my elements inside my chat box. I don't know where it went. So we're just going to roll through as if I did everything flawlessly. You know, pretty much go on type of situation. We're just pretending that it's actually going to work out. Make it till you make it. We'll get there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's basically my whole spiel. It's pretty simple. You know, check out my artwork if you can. Let me know what you think. You know, I always foster interaction on my YouTube channel. So,
do you have merchandise? Any links of stuff like that?
I do have an Etsy website where I actually sell the paintings from the YouTube video, or from the abstract look videos, and I also sell prints of my other previous artwork. So let me throw that up there too. Just joined Etsy Premium, so we'll see how that works. Thank you, Harry Nuts.
No, he's a good man.
Yeah.
He is. He is on top of it. He started his channel a week after I started mine.
Oh, so they're about the same age as my channel.
Yeah, we pretty much all happened around the same time, but whereas most channels have to go through and do that fight alone, I kind of went and looked for other people having the same struggles.
Oh, the painting I have is on sale on my Etsy. I forgot about that. This painting right here.
Oh, that's cool. Let's get back up there.
That's a big one, though.
That would look real good on my mantelpiece. I can't lie to you about that one. That is beautiful.
I've got about 1 billion in my closets too, just like hidden all over my house because I'm just running out of space.
Well, that's the way an addiction goes. Any good addiction pushes itself to the limit. Am I wrong?
Oh, completely right. Just go nuts with it.
All right. Well, we're gonna move over while you're tinkered with your links and stuff. We're gonna sidestep into. Nice little segue. Now, I've got this muted. This is the one that I ended up stumbling into. Like I went to your channel, was scrolling through. I had to go walk the dog, and I hadn't clicked the video yet. In the process of hooking the dog up, he dropped the phone, and this is what popped up. And I literally sat on my back steps and watched this whole process unfold in normal time. It does something. It soothes my tism in a way many things don't. You know, and I've probably watched it maybe a dozen times since then, showing other people and being like, "You need to check this out." You know, we're gonna get you hooked up with some proper live stream type equipment, and my suggestion for that would be to do the live streams and then take them down in private, download them, and then edit them, speed them up, time lapse them, and put up little 2-minute, 3-minute, 4-minute bits. Because you can get a notification for a short, a notification for a video, and a notification for a live a day. So technically, I think it comes down to short content, mid content, long content. Yeah. So if you can tinker with one of the 3 every day, the algorithm will love you.
I
Um,
could definitely do that.
that painting is absolutely amazing. So you said you had some gallery exhibit coming up?
Yeah. So I'm located around the Denver area, but it's supposedly the biggest event for this gallery that I'm showing at of the year because it's Denver's Art Week, and then it's also an art crawl in a specific area that it's at, and it's Dia de los Muertos. So all three of those, plus the Dreams and Fantasy exhibition I'm in, are
That's cool.
all gonna be in that. You can hear my dog just freaking out.
Yeah.
She's like,
Well,
actually,
you know that's worth 50 views, right? Runs in and ruins the stream. That's probably do
oh,
better than the actual stream.
I don't think she'll ruin the stream. Actually, I'll just open the door and let her in. She'll just sit on my bed quietly.
That's
She'll
fine.
behave. I promise.
It's fine, dude. You're not gonna. It's not gonna be a problem on this stream. I've got an editing machine over here that'll take care of all those problems. The only people that might have an issue with it would be the people watching.
No, she's in now. She's good now. She just wanted to like. She likes the way my bed smells. She likes the way I smell, I guess.
Yes, exactly. I was just going to say that she's a dog. She likes her people. That should not even be happening. How is that? Oh, you got to the end of the video because it's going very fast. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. For this one. Now, this is your Wendy's Baconator. What was that? Last week?
The Wendy's Baconator, I think was 3 weeks. Is that my most recent one?
Number 3.
Number
I
3.
don't know what number you're at.
Oh, that's the second to last. That one was almost a month ago now, I think.
Okay. I couldn't remember what order they went in. But,
Oh, I can't even remember what order I put them up, and I don't remember.
go look at my freaking playlist and talk to me about numbers like when you get done. I have probably, I don't know, 100, maybe 30 shorts up that are various variations of Odin Seas and Satan's Guest List and cool things I found while walking, So, and all of these things get numbers, and I'm amazed that I can actually keep up with that. That's one thing I'm going to do for you directly is it might take me a few days to do it, so don't get brokenhearted if it don't happen immediately. 'Cause I don't know how to explain what it is that I do. But I just pick out a handful of skits, maybe 20, 30 seconds total, and I make some 15 or 20-second shorts. Send them to you. You release them. Throw a link to the channel if you want to. If you don't like them, don't use
I will.
them. I'm not. I mean, if for what anything at all goes, you don't like it, don't use it. I don't want you to put anything up that you don't approve of or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if you get some good cuts of the weird psychedelic parts of the videos, that
Well, yeah, I saw some of those. Those weird gravel cuts are interesting. I was going to ask you about how you make those things happen, but we'll save that for the after party.
okay.
Because that's more technical than I'm really willing to get into in the show. Plus, you might give away trade secrets.
Yeah, it's my secret. You can't know it. I'll keep it hidden.
And this one, like I said, is the Baconator, and I've got it all jacked up on like Supermath 2, so that it happens within a reasonable time frame. And I'm only going to show a couple of them. I want people to actually go look at your stuff. I don't want them to hear, but I just like the way you sit down, you eat the whole meal. Well, I mean, you take a bite or two, and you're like, okay, well, that's giving me a whatever kind of feel. Plop, 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 plop. Then you take a drink or whatever. The next thing that tickled me, man. That tickles me every single time you do that. I really want to go and get an edit of every bite of food you take, edit it all together. But I haven't.
Fantastic. Just like a super cut of every bite.
Exactly, a super cut of every bite of food you've taken, and then like all of the Peyton's done. It'd probably be like maybe 3-minute video. Maybe. Oh, that's
fantastic.
I'm gonna have to do that. I'm definitely gonna have to do that. Thank you, Harry. You're all over this whole mod thing. I really wasn't expecting anybody to show up today because, quite frankly, it's completely the wrong day to be doing things. but I'm having a very busy week. I've gone live every other day for since last Saturday. Do one Thursday? I don't think I did one Thursday. I think I had a couple of days myself there for a little while. But I've also had a couple of days. I've put together my various skits, uploaded them in a schedule for the next almost month. So I'll have a little room to do some longer edits. You said something about what was it? No, not Moonlight Gallery. A Dreams.
Dreams and Fantasy.
Dreams and Fantasy.
Yep.
Is that like an art fair type thing? Well, I mean,
so it's the name of the actual exhibition at the gallery. It's called
right?
Dreams and Fantasy. So I put a lot of my artwork that's similar to this one in this corner here into it, and a lot of my artwork is usually pretty psychedelic and dreamy. So
That makes sense.
people were like, "This is perfect for our gallery," and I was like, "Sweet."
Uh,
And some of the ones I made were just gigantic.
if we can find
Oh, it's Dreams and Fantasy. I think the gallery is called Denver 40 West.
that might be better. That's really kind of what you need to be pushing.
The opening night's on Friday.
Right, like as in day after tomorrow, Friday, this Friday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know how many folks are actually in the Colorado area that's watching the Sasquatch,
Yeah.
Georgia, but
Oh
hey,
no,
man, you never know.
my dog is insane. This is my other dog that decided it wants to bark now.
If anybody shows up at my house, it's gonna get loud.
Oh yeah, well it's because all the other neighborhood dogs started barking. I heard it on this side, and now it's progressing through the neighborhood. Well, see, let me shove this towel under the door here. A little bit less of a.
I ain't gonna worry about it too much. I can tinker the sound a little bit in post, not much. Yeah, I'm just not seeing the Dreams and Fantasy with.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because on their website, let me double check here. You can hear my super fast typing.
Yeah, you know, if that was a gun, it'd be illegal.
Exactly.
You would certainly need a permit.
I've got my shotgun under my bed, but that's no full auto.
That depends. You rattle it right.
Slam fire it enough.
Right. You just gotta rattle that sucker just right. It'll sound full auto. They'll think it's full auto.
They might. I actually tried to go on a pheasant hunt with it, but luckily my friend brought mine's like a combat, like home defense, really short one.
Yeah.
My friend actually bought a hunter. Yeah, basically a pump street sweeper.
Yes, that's be a street sweeper. Mossberg, like.
Yeah, it's in Mossberg, 590.
Ah.
Jeez, dogs are just.
You can be worse.
Luckily, my other one would be barking right there if it wasn't in my room, so we'll get
We'll
the
get together later. We'll work out some different noise cancellation. Once we figure out what you're working on, but we'll get that stuff dealt with. It'll take the tops out a little bit. You'll be clear, but not much else will actually happen. That's what this mic is good at. Is I can have somebody walk in right next to me and talk in a conversational tone. Y'all probably wouldn't hear it. So even if Moose goes crazy in the living room, it's unlikely it'll come through on the mic. Well,
Yeah, I just put the gallery website on there because for some reason the actual event's not showing up. But it's this Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. if anyone happens to be in the Denver area.
right. Any one of my 251 subs just have to show up in Denver. Be sure to go by and check his workout. Throw him $1.
That'd be hilarious. I'm sitting there next to my work and someone's like, Sasquatch sent me here.
Sasquatch. That'd be awesome. Dude, damn it. This stupid look. I got recognized the other day for the very first time. And it was in my hometown, like 50,000 people here. It's starting to become known that I have a channel. But I walked into a store and was digging in my pockets trying to remember what it was I was after. Somebody was like, "Are you in my phone?" And I looked, there was a lady standing behind me, and I was like, "Excuse me?" She said, "Are you in my phone?" Currently, I'm at a store. She's like, no, I mean, like, I seen you on my phone, didn't I? I was like, "Do you ever look at YouTube?" She's like, "Yeah, those little bitty short things." Yeah. I mean,
That's me.
that would be me. She's like, "I don't like them jokes."
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic. I'm happy to know that. I'm sorry you feel that way. Because I'm not gonna stop. I won't do it. So you got that, you got the gallery thing, or is that the gallery thing?
That is the gallery thing.
Okay.
That's their website.
That was a horrible choice. Bad decision. Oh no, that was actually good. That worked. How about that? But now I have a very strange window that doesn't look like normal windows. No, I'm not doing shit. I don't know what it is. Hey, that's Jeff. He's famous. Are you familiar with First Amendment auditors?
I'm not.
Okay. First Amendment auditors are in virtually every state of the union. It's perfectly legal to stand on a sidewalk and film, right? And the issue comes up when, say, you're out in public and you happen to come across. You remember I told you that OBS makes you a news broadcaster, a public broadcaster,
Yep.
right? Okay. They use basically the same power to go out and film police officers while they're doing their duty. And it's not just police officers, it's locations, it's the side of the road. If you want to pull over on an easement and film a car accident, you can do that. It's just distasteful. It's not illegal.
Yeah.
If a officer is arresting someone, you can film that. Like I said, it's just distasteful. It is not illegal. Also, you don't have to have a particular reason to be any particular place that you choose to be. You can literally just go hang out on the side of the road and do absolutely nothing. And there's nothing wrong with that. Suspicious is not a crime. So, Jeff, an NC Tyrant Hunter here, and Truth Be Told Audits and ATL Audits and a couple other guys that may come by. Joe Cool may show up, although I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. He's just too cool for school. I'd start fangirling and stuff. I might fangirl over NC Tyrant Hunter a little bit. But they basically just go everywhere, anywhere, all the time to test whether people will respect your rights or they will call the cops and tell lies. He's got a few really good videos from like the past few weeks where he went to different places, and one of them's great. This chick straight up tells a bald-faced lie. He'd been live for a good 15 minutes, and they realized he was out there, and they came out there, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And he's one of my favorite things he does. They come up, "What are you doing?" "What does it look like I'm doing?" "What are you doing?" "I'm baking cookies." He's standing on the side of the road somewhere in South Carolina. Like, whoever he's talking to looks around like, "Am I on the camera?" No, it's not candid. The camera's literally right in front of you. He's holding it, right? So, I don't know. I never understood the people wanting to try to pretend like they're private when they're actually in public. You want privacy, you have to create it. But he's one of the best East Coast auditors there is. He's right up there with I'd say he's at least as good as San Joaquin as far as technique and method. They have different ways of going, and San Joaquin's been in the game a little longer than he is. I like Truth Be Told style. Truth Be Told's audits. his style, he goes out at night and sneaks up on cops like a ninja. There's this one really early video before he got to talking to people about what he was doing. He shows up and he literally walks up on the cop. He gets within like arm's reach of him while the cop is like writing the ticket, and tears the ticket off and hands it to the guy inside and almost hands him the ticket book as if it was his partner. The cop turned and was like, "Whoa." And he's like, "Hi, you doing?" What's going on? He's like, "Will you please back up?" He's like, "Oh, sure." He takes a couple of steps back, goes back to filming, films the cop car, films this, films that. And the whole time the cop's like, "What is this guy doing?" You know. There's another one where he literally snuck up on a different cop, and I did a little short for him on that one. That the cop realizes he's being filmed, and the look on his face is 100%. What have I fallen into? Why are you here? It's raining. What are you doing out here? What is going on? And he always tells people afterwards, he's like, like say the people in the car that got pulled over, he identifies all the cops, they leave, and he looks at them, I'm doing this for you, right? Okay, your rights. Because the second you don't have your rights, the second you stop exercising your rights, you have no rights. So you have to exercise your rights or you will lose them. He's got a few real good videos. But Jeff's are excellent. If we could just keep him out of jail, it'd be real cool. We trying though.
83,000 subscribers.
Oh yes, sir. No, Jeff is a big boss man. He ain't no slack. No, sir. He ain't no slouch at all.
Bigger than Harrison.
Dude, he's benefited from a few algorithmic work. But, that's not taking anything away from his effort. The man is a machine. He is out there, if not every day, every couple of days, and he's doing panels and he's posting other auditors come in. He's posting stuff to their channels. He's covering just all sorts of stuff. Yeah, he got this one. He got this one a couple weeks ago, where he got a tour from the sheriff of the police department. After being told he couldn't film here and you got to leave, the sheriff himself came out and was like, no, come on in. I'll show you everything. Come on. And took him inside, walked him around. They had a big old time. It was great. You got anything else you want to pitch out there? You said you had an Etsy thing. You posted it. You got the gallery thing. You mentioned it.
Oh, I've got Instagram, but
if you can find the link for it, or if you just know the name, I'll shout it out.
Yeah, I'll just huck that on there.
This is the purpose of this show, and people, other creators are kind of having a bit of an issue with it because they're used to having to go to places and try to shill their channel without actually shilling their channel, because YouTube would deuce that shit right out. And somebody calling, showing up and being like, "Hey, I want you to come shill all your stuff, your merch, your donation links, all that crap." They're like, "What's the catch?" And when I'm done, I'm going to give you the episode. What's the catch? None. I just want to say hi. How you doing? What's going on? How's the weather?
It's cold.
I imagine so. It's really here, and I'm in Georgia. So
it's like 45 degrees out, probably.
Rolling up my nose, and it's driving me crazy. But we'll rock on with it. I got a few videos I picked out over here that are these over here. That. And we're going to go back to the very beginning, again, and here. All right. So this kid is probably my hero of Halloween this year. He really is. Homeboy comes up and finds the candy bowl at a, what do they call it? What is it? A trust experiment where there's a note and the candy bowl is empty.
An honor system.
Honor system, right? He comes up to an honor system candy bowl and notices it's empty, and his response is absolutely classic. Thought about it for a second. and had a great idea, and then ran away so nobody see he did it. Right? That's the type of people we need in the world, you know. That little kid I believe he has a great future ahead of him. It's
Good
beyond,
Samaritan.
yeah. Like I said, it's beyond integrity. It's not he didn't do it because it was a good thing to do. He did it because he didn't do it because it was the right thing. Because the correct and right thing would have been to go, oh well, and walk away.
Oh, he was getting rid of his toothbrush from the dentist.
Maybe. No, okay. All right. Yeah, boy, you have a dark bent, don't you? You're morbid, man. Good Lord.
You know, the dentists would give out the toothbrushes and the toothpaste, and they're like,
I never went
sure?
to the dentist's house. I knew where he lived.
He got eggs.
All right. So Home Cuz here is like zipping around a Walmart parking lot. And, well, I'm just going to let this happen. They drag racing.
In a Walmart parking
Want your car to get towed?
Oh, wow. They're just trying to tow them or something?
I guess. I don't know. I couldn't find anything at all from before or after this. All my searches drew absolutely nothing. I'm thinking it's like a straight up original TikTok that somebody filmed. Because there's nothing out there about it previous to it going up on TikTok.
Huh. I wonder if they know they're supposed to be in front of the car to tow it away.
I imagine so. He looks like he's trying to get in front of it. They come rolling out of there at about 65, man. That could not
That's
possibly
insane.
be safe. No way in hell that's safe.
Yeah, especially in a Walmart parking lot. Some
Right.
poor old lady trying to push her groceries just would not exist anymore.
Yeah. Oh God, you are morbid. Okay.
I'm an artist. I have to be.
Yeah, I guess
Exaggerate things.
exaggeratingly so. I like morbid. I don't have a problem with morbid. Gallows humor is the best humor. If I don't know if anyone in out there in YouTube land is having issues understanding humor, like actual humor, ha ha ha, it's a joke, get the fuck over it. Humor. If it bothers you that people tell jokes, I really suggest you read Stranger in a Strange Land. Robert Heinlein produced one of the greatest combination cautionary tales and handbooks on the way to live. It's one of the, oddly enough, it's one of the wokest books he ever read or ever wrote. But also, it goes along with a really strong free speech and free will concept. But in it is a little micro chapter. I think it's maybe 2 chapters long, and it explains everything you need to know about humor. And the first time you read it, it's like, well, that's mean. But after it soaks into your head for a little while, later you're like, oh, wait, no. Every joke, if it's funny, has a but. There is no such thing as safe humor. It's not real. It's a fiction. If you think
I agree.
humor's safe, all right, Harry, no problem, dude. You know how it goes.
Catch you later, Harry.
Yeah, Harry's an absolute boss when he's around. If he ain't too busy. But I've been going live so sporadically recently that I wouldn't expect anybody to stick around. That's why I modded everybody else. Like everybody in the chat's probably been modded already. That way I don't have to worry about that part. Just Tom's Art.
Yeah, that's my official brand before I had my YouTube
Just
channel.
too smart.
Everybody says that, and I should probably change it.
I don't know. It's all right. I can tell you one thing that bothered me on the pre-show when I was trying to figure out what to call you, because it's really hard to say from an abstract look every single time, or an abstract look. Like it's not. It's not a noun. It's hard to speak it in English as a sentence. It's its own thing, which is also pretty cool. I mean, I like irony. It's cool. the ironical part of being a Caucasian Sasquatch with a capital A in the middle of it is people tend to tune in thinking that they're going to find an Asian guy.
Honestly, that's what I was thinking when I saw it.
Right. Well, here's the joke. I'll let you in on the joke on that one. I'm a white guy. Grew up in the swamps in Georgia. I am a Caucasian who lived like a Sasquatch. Right? Caucasian Sasquatch. But what is a Caucasian Sasquatch? Sasquatch isn't white, but a Yeti is. And a Yeti is from Asia. So I'm a Caucasian Sasquatch, which is a misplaced
So
Yeti.
like a Yeti. Gotcha.
Like a Yeti. Right. So I'm a big white hairy dude. Dude, I've gotten so many giggles out of people tuning in and looking at my big furry ass going, what in the world am I looking at? Anyway.
We've been looking for Sasquatch for so long, and he's on YouTube.
Just hanging out YouTube, enjoying it, and chilling. I had this whole idea where I was gonna do some like little short movies about how I found a phone and how I got my Instagram and how I got my YouTube and how I got my channel and just some little stuff like that. But the more I got looking into that, I needed more experience in the editing and the effects and the cuts and the jump cuts and stuff like that. I had to go further into that before I could actually do this type of work. And now that I'm actually into the YouTube sphere, I'm kind of forced to have the schedule that you have, we all have.
Yeah.
To have something done every day, every other day, often enough to stay relevant to the algorithm. And I have found a gap right here. These are good. I'm
just talking to my lap.
Show me some face action here. What do we got? He's like, no, I don't trust that at all.
Yeah, her name's Rosie. She's a Jack Russell Border Collie mix.
Oh wow, that must be a weird type of insanity to deal with.
There is no sanity. You're not dealing with that.
The issue with that is like you got to deal with the crazy Border Collie figure eights that he goes through, and then the Jack Russell jumps and hops, right? So he's literally just vibrating,
just bouncing off the walls all day. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I had a black lab that you've got yellow labs, you've got black labs, you've got chocolate labs, but this was a black meth lab. He was stark raving batshit crazy. This thing, all right, I taught him to sit on command, lay down, on command, lay dead, on command. I taught him to, when I pointed pang, he'd fall over like he was dead. But once he learned to do all of those, and we got into the habit of putting them in a row, he learned them by rote. And so he would literally do one, then the other, then the other, then the other, and then he'd flop down on the side, jump back up, or start barking because he was tired of doing it. We always had to yell at him, dead dogs don't bark. He'd lay there real still for about 2 seconds and then jump up and take off. He could count to 3. You could throw 3 balls, he'd go get all 3 balls. If you threw 4 balls or 5 balls, he would go and get the first 3 balls and then pretend like there were no more balls. I don't know what you're talking about. No balls, not out there.
The madman.
Right. Well, we have this. Wow. Oh yeah. Right, so this
just watch this thing squirt. This thing is juicing like no.
I'll take well done.
It's juicier than that.
Oh my god.
I love
That's
it.
insane.
You see, I figure it's all Sasquatch are people watchers. You know, that's the one thing we do seem to know they like to do is fiddle with people out in the woods. I get to do my people watching without any of them silly ticks and fleas. I do it from the internet.
That's insanity, that beat.
Just watch this thing squirt. This thing is juicing like no.
Oh my word.
I'll take well done.
It's juicy.
Just go on ahead and dry that thing out.
Yeah, blot it off or something.
I don't know, dude. It's a brisket. It's real hard to dry out a brisket. I'm not saying it can't be done, but maybe.
I guess I'm more amazed that they didn't hit it.
Right? You figure at least one of them would have grazed it, but I don't know, man. Spiders pretty quick. I read this comic book
You're a
about
framing man, dude.
that second round is slow mo. The spiders. I suspect that the air from the air gun is moving the spider a little
Oh,
bit.
true. Yeah, that
Right.
makes sense.
I don't know exactly what I'm looking at there, but it's really cool to watch. We used to do these competitions every Friday when I was building houses. We would set up a cup somewhere like on a tree or somewhere. We'd like just nail it to the tree, and the idea was to shoot the nail at the cup and get it to stay in the cup. Whether it's stuck in the side of it, hit the tree flat, and fell in the cup, it had to stay in the cup. And it was possible to shoot it clean through the cup. So you had to adjust the air pressure, and you get one shot, next guy gets one shot. And I never had a problem hitting the cup. My problem was not driving straight through it. It was a little styrofoam cup. But, I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, man. I mean, I used to work construction, and everything is super cordless now. So you got framers where you just like framing nailers where it's just
Yeah,
cordless. Sweet.
it is super sweet. I got a little battery powered like a trim gun, dude. As long as you're not doing anything structural, that thing is the way, dude.
Oh, I believe it.
Gun. Oh, you want one of those? No problem. I got a little cordless skill saw. That whole set's freaking brilliant, man. That was one heck of a Christmas present. My wife's dad bought it for me, and for some stupid reason, when we got it, the batteries were trash, so they never really worked well. But a couple of months ago, I bought a set of batteries for it. Those things are awesome.
Are they DeWalt or
They're Craftsman.
Craftsman? Okay,
It's a whole Craftsman wireless 19.2 set.
that's awesome.
It is awesome. It's pretty sweet. All right, so this is why Darwin's theory of evolution exists. And while this isn't a full-on Darwin award, I have my doubts on the necessity of him to reproduce. All right.
Oh, no one was seriously injured. I just tore my ACL, PCL, and that's a pretty serious injury.
That's crazy, dude. Ooh. Just watching that ankle fold up like that, man.
It went the way it was not supposed to go.
Yeah, it did that thing it's not supposed to do. Exactly what you said, yes. You're correct. Overlap. I'm not. Awesome, Harry. He's cool. I like it a lot. Me and him, and feel free to join in on this tidbit. Me, Harry Nuts, Untethered Live, DM Foss, that's D.M. capital F A A S, are all doing interesting thing posts, right? I mentioned that earlier. Basically, every Sunday, sometime during the week, you find something interesting. I don't care what it is, just something. You film it in vertical, you're less than a minute. I think it's got to be less than 55 seconds, and upload it right there, that following Sunday. You can upload it to be uploaded Sunday, whatever time you want. I'm going noon Eastern because, I don't know, that's when it pops up, I suppose. That's when I posted my first video, was a random noon, so I guess everything is going noon now. But that does kind of put me ahead of everybody else. So far, I've gotten the best ratios on the cool things. The first week I did this sword right here. Ooh, no, Oh well, screw it. There's a video in there. You can go look at it later. I have a really old bayonet, like cavalry charge style bayonet, and that was my first
Sweet.
one. He uploaded. He got this really cool car. This is all an angle to get him to do a video about that car. That's all it was. I have a totally ulterior motive. He's got a Ford English, something or other. Can't remember what he called it. It's an English Ford. One, not very many of them exist. I'm not sure he's even aware of how rare the darn thing is. I just want a good video of it. I've caught it in like the edges of his other videos. I'm like, that thing right there. Just show me the engine. I just want to see the wires. I don't know. Anyway, you got to have a few cute things in every one of these episodes.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I always try to include at least one witch. That's just personal preference. Yeah, you got to respect the old magic too. Although these witches that I've been finding are using some sort of sorcery. Most of them involve makeup. Too cute, man. Can you imagine being blind most of your life?
Because of hair too. That'd be the worst.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm assuming they like combed that hair into the right spaces to be able to do that, but maybe not. My neighbor had a sheepdog named Murphy, and depending on whether he was fully haired or not, his weight would change by 15 to 20 pounds. This dog had a massive coat, massive. He
well,
was
sheepdogs are gonna have that crazy coat though too, especially with the winter, like the cottony, like thick stuff, right? Like they get like the tufts of fur, right? Like the really thick winter coat stuff.
Yeah, man, I remember one of the funniest things I ever saw was them three kids all wrestling 125-pound English sheepdog in a Georgia summer. None of them hardly wearing any clothes because it's 115 and 96% humidity. And the dog is not willingly going to let you sit there and shave him. And you got four kids wrestling him down, and one of them with a pair of shears trying to freaking shave this dog. I remember sometimes they'd be chasing him up down the road. Just a little herd of them just followed him along, wait until he get tired enough to stop.
That's
Oh,
insane.
man. Insanity, yeah.
I used to have it.
I lived out in the middle of nowhere, dude. Like 100-acre woods, like Christopher Robin.
Well, nothing wrong with that. That's my end goal is to basically just sit in buy just 100 acres of land, and I don't even care what kind of house it is. Like I might even just buy a tough shed and just paint in my tough shed in the middle of like the mountains.
I wanted to bury me a Connex in a hillside and build me a cabin on top. I got just the spot picked out for it too. That way you can have like your living space, and then down below you can have your whole studio, your rock climbing wall, all that crazy crap. Everything you want to do. Huge space to do it in. So anybody gonna you ever had a problem with somebody stealing your bicycle?
Can't say that I have, but that's mostly because I don't own a bicycle.
No. This guy had someone steal his bicycle. So he fixed it.
Oh my god. So if you catch someone stealing it, you get a little extra action there.
Yeah, well, there's she's got a doohickey on it to prevent it from doing it, right? And you turn that on and walk away, and it just sits there. Take it if you want to, big dog. It's all yours. But you ain't gonna be able to figure out how to stop it from doing that.
Oh yeah, that's a bicycle going to jail though.
You have a cat? I'm assuming you're a dog person. Do you have cats?
Big dog guy. I don't have cats, but my sister has cats, and I'm a fan of those. But I don't see myself ever actually owning a cat.
Well, having a cat is kind of a unique thing. They're not dogs, of course. I can describe the difference between cats and dogs pretty easy. Dog looks at you and says, this amazing person has kept me warm, kept me dry, kept me clean. He keeps me fed. He keeps me watered. He must be a god. And the cat looks at the same person and says, he pets me, he rubs me, he keeps me warm, he keeps me fed. I must be a god. That's the difference.
Makes sense.
Right there. That's that look they're giving you. Worship. You know. But cats have some weird quirks about being a cat. Things that don't make any sense at all.
Niemals funktioniert das.
What the?
Now, why? Now, I know you can hypnotize a chicken by drawing a line in the sand. I've seen it done. I know that people can lasso flies, because I've seen it done. But what about a comb makes a cat wretch? It's just the sound.
Niemals funktioniert das.
I don't understand it. It's like ASMR is a little too much for a cat.
Maybe so. Maybe so. But I've only ever come across the weird quirk where you can scratch them at the base of their spine sometimes, and they'll, oh, hey, Sasquatch. Welcome to the show, man. He probably did one of my best interviews I've had so far. We literally went through the whole thing and never looked at his material or the backup videos I had for Burning Time. Because really, it's all about you pitching your channels, the people you like, the channels you support, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
that's what each episode is the guests doing what they do, what they want to cover. Because honestly, I really don't care. It's idiot's got an idiot, man. Moron's got a moron. Just like artists got to draw. I mean, it just look.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, everybody lives. There's no bodies. They're just injured. That's all.
Oh man.
So they're fine. They're young. They'll be okay.
I'm just curious what that guy was doing in the middle of the street, aside from the skateboarder.
Well, he was trying to go out and stop the traffic.
Oh, and then he just got decked.
Well, for one thing, he's standing there with his hand up, not paying attention to the skateboarder. The skateboarder is trying to make the turn shorter than the car, and instead it just goes wide. And he just happened to line straight up with that dude. And I'll never stand in the street for you again, you asshole. Not ever. You suck. Hold up. Who calls that? All right, so this dude, I stumbled across this dude on TikTok. He does lots of weird little videos where he either makes a particularly poignant point, or he brings up some salient detail of something that you may have missed, or most people would have. He's funny. He tricks me.
Hey man, these lights look pretty good. For real, bro. Check out these colors. Okay. Alright. Hey man, this look pretty good, man. Hey man.
You accidentally fell into the red light district there, son. And all of his videos kind of have that little twist with them.
Hey man, this look pretty good, man.
That look though, hold up, man. That look.
I think they used him as that voice line as a TikTok thing, because I've heard that before.
Yeah, no, I don't know if it's him that did the voice line, or if he just shoots the videos using it. I think he uses. Sometimes he reproduces the TikTok sound or whatever it is, and sometimes he actually uses the original sound. I have got the worst heartburn I've had in the past 6 months. It is atrocious. I have a stack of Tums over here just off camera because it's bad, and I don't know why. I ate something I was allergic to, and I don't know what it was. Okay, some dogs are broken. You probably understand having a mixed breed like you do. We're going to roll out this. Here. Now he gets a little bit into the weeds, so just bear with him for a second. But this is not the strangest thing he's gone off about. He goes off about any number of, just an absurd number of just, I love it. It's great. It's almost as good as Ozark Yeoman. Ozark Yeoman has a point. Carnal Conservative's point is more of the freedom to make the point, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can rock out. Make it happen.
A man in California has been arrested for killing his 2-year-old son and 8-year-old daughter because, quote, QAnon conspiracy theories and theories about, quote unquote, reptilian blood. Now, I need everyone in the chat to press X for doubt because if anyone knows anything about actual QAnon conspiracy theories, reptilian blood ain't a thing. Last I checked, I haven't really tuned into that community as of late, but reptilian blood wasn't a thing. Reptile people living in the center of the earth, maybe, possibly. But QAnon was largely supporting a quote-unquote, it's a boomer psyop that claimed that the Trump administration and secret individuals in the NSA and CIA were going to crack down on the pedophile sex trafficking rings. Those are real, by the way. Within the establishment and the swamp of the presumably largely Democrat and also with a hefty chunk of the Republican Party as well. It's a rallying cry against human child sex trafficking. So this narrative that somehow in the hellscape that is California, we found a man who, while in Mexico of all places, shot his 2 children with a spear gun in the chest or in their chests, and he did it because QAnon conspiracy theories. I'm sorry, but having some knowledge as to the impetus behind QAnon conspiracy theories and their hopes of like ending human sex trafficking, specifically children,